Hello everybody. The motivation for this video came from working on an application that I'm doing. I'm doing a React quiz application, and I have a client which is React, a server which is Express, and common. Here I put common code between client and server. And the client is React, server is Express, and both I'm using typescript. Okay, so let's invoke it. npm run dev. So this is an application that I am developing now. Okay, so I have here a quiz. I can start a quiz, and this is a quiz. It has some header. It has quiz items, and this is quiz item. Every quiz item has question and answers, and I also need to know which is the correct answer. So I can pick something, doesn't matter. You can see that, and these are the solutions. Okay, so as you see, I have this quiz, and the quiz is on the server, and I have also a quiz here. Okay, so this is the quiz. Okay, this is a quiz that I'm using, and you see that it is quite complicated. Okay, I can show you also on the server. Okay, I can show you also on the server, and this is the quiz on the server. Okay, so you see that this quiz is quite complicated. Okay, and I'm using interface to represent this quiz, and the quiz that I'm getting from the server looks like this. This is an interface, and this is an interface. And the quiz that I want to create is like this. It's almost the same, beside the _d, because the quiz that I get from the server has the ID. This is the ID. This is the already created one. And the quiz that I need to create does not have ID. Okay, but this is an interface, and this interface has fields, and it has another interface. Also this is an array of interfaces. Okay, so now I need some form to create this quiz so I can generate it. Okay, and this is quite complicated. So I did not want to create it manually. I was looking for something that I can create this automatically. Okay, and also for me as admin, it's not very important that the form will be very shiny and will look super cool. I just needed a form that will help me to create this quiz. So this is the motivation. Now let's look at the README file that I've prepared. Okay, so let's go over it. So the trigger was my React quiz application. I have TypeScript, and I have an interface. This is the interface of the information that I get from server, and this is the interface for the quiz that I need to create. And actually, I started to create the quiz, this JSON file. I've started to create it manually, but it became complicated. So I had to switch and try to create a form. Okay, so first, how do I create this form in an automatic way? So there is something that is called JSON schema, and I have another video about JSON schema and dynamic type check. I will put it in the. So I knew that with JSON schema, I can do this automatically. So I was looking for a React form that uses JSON schema, and I found react-JSonschema-form. And for react-JSonschema-form to use it, I need a schema, a JSON schema. But you probably don't know what is JSON schema, and it's quite complicated. However, what is beautiful about this is that you can create a JSON schema. Okay, JSON schema. I've also talked about it in my previous video, but you can see what is JSON schema. It's a schema that represents the JSON. Okay, so if you look here, this is a schema of contact. Okay, I have contact name, string, email string, message string. So this is a schema. But how do I get this complicated schema? So it turned out that, and I've used it also in my previous video, that you can take an interface and create a JSON schema from it. And after I have created the JSON schema from the interface, this is the form. Okay, I just need to import the schema, and this is the form. Everything here is very simple, and I can show you the form. Okay, this is the head, the name, description, type. I can choose here categories, okay? And you see here that I have here an enumeration. It's quite complicated, okay? And I can add here a question, and I can choose. Everything here, everything that you see here is a form that was created almost automatically once I had the JSON schema. And the JSON schema, I did not create it myself. I created it from an interface. Okay? So I can add here Q1. This is the question, and these are the answers. Okay? I can choose answer 1, and I can add another answer. And I can choose the correct answer, index, and I can submit it. Okay, all this big menu that I'm using, this is the code. Basically, you start with this code. Okay, so you see how this is on submit. Okay, and here you can take the information that you get and send it to the server. You have your own change if you need it. You don't have to use it, and you have your own error. Also, you don't have to use it, and you need to take this schema create quiz, and this is a schema, and this schema you can create it with an interface. Okay, so this is what is so beautiful. So if I'm going back to my README. This is the code, and this is the JSON schema, and this JSON schema I created automatically. How? And this is the code. You need to install TypeScript JSON schema. You need to give it the TypeScript file and the name of the interface, and it will create you the schema. This is it. And this is not the only form that I've created using JSON schema. If you look, this is one form, and it is not very, very good looking form, because these category Java sub and basic. This is part of the interface, but for me as an admin, I can use it and create a quiz. And I want to tell you that this form, which look much nicer, this is a contact form. This was also created using JSON schema. And it was created using the react-JSON-schema-form, okay? Also, the contact was created using this, okay? And this looks much nicer. So the bottom line is the following. If you want to create a form almost automatically, and you have an interface that represents the information, in this case, this form was created using an interface that is called iContact, okay? And I can show you, this is iContact. If you have an interface that represents it, you can create a schema using TypeScript JSON schema. Once you have a schema, you can use the form react-JSON-schema-form here and create this almost automatically form. To be honest, you can also tweak the schema, okay? You can tell if you want a text area or if you want other tweaks in the UI, but basically this is how the form looks, and this is it. Thank you.